channel powered by Patreon and YouTube memberships. Pledge or join today if you want to keep it strong. And shoutouts to those who already have. Hail viewer, welcome back to Blessed or Messed, Lawful's Minion and Awful's Opinion at your pleasance. Pikmin, Miyamoto's own microcosmic miracle of naturalistic playtime. A miracle that I actually care about in RTS. Yeah, they don't really do it for me, but this one had just the right flavor to enslave my attention. Ew, carrots! Some flavor. I want Jolly Rancher. Oh, you'll get some. Because there is an installment of this wonderful franchise well tailored to our gimmicky line of work. Hey, Pikmin! Oh, hell no! Ah, good boy. Nah, it's 2. It's Pikmin 2. Yeah, even throughout all the years of generally being considered great, hell, it's likely the highest rated game to be featured on the show thus far. It's built up an, interesting reputation. As premium Pikmin goes, some might even say it's the worst one. So it was a fabulous opportunity to finally dedicate a full video to the shyest of my hyperfixations, while proudly featuring just what the hell is up with its first ever sequel on the blue and red screen. This is a Platinum Patron pick, by the way, for Sir Daniel Nance, or Gamer Bros HD as he may prefer. By the way, I appreciate you and your buddies' reaction videos. Thanks for the enthusiasm. Let's bless with and mess with this old GameCube underdog. Forces of good, legions of bad. Which is more to be had? Opinion or fact? We're on the attack. You'd never guess from the sermons at the Church of Shutchel that all 2 of the Hockatate Freight employees have some high-quality working benefits, but damn, man. Can I join? Pikmin 2's quality of life enhancements are not only incredible, they feel made to order with how attentive they are. Whether it's the improved Pikmin AI and the day limit bumped to infinity, reducing lots of unsanctioned mechanical stress, sequel-worthy advents of a second captain and permanent character upgrades building upon the core gameplay loop, or even an interactive bestiary and craftable buff and petrification potions plain feeding you extra flavor. It feels great knowing you deserve to be spoiled. 2 simply stands taller in regards to function, with the unlimited days in particular being the most influential. I'm not ashamed to admit that it's allowing me to take my time with the bottom line is the reason I committed to the series. Without that, I wouldn't have had the nerve to learn the nuts and bolts and eventually return to complete the first game. This man loves him some Pik, and the sequel's resolve to progress is to thank. Could it really be considered better quality of life when your advanced potential to live now leads a different life entirely? I mean, hey, good for you. You found a new friend, sorta, and can finally afford a pair of Tear Jordans. But you're doing nothing but work. Pikmin 2's story of yes, mind the planet for riches, cause your boss is financially illiterate, is not only nothing interesting, it is a wholesale subtraction from that which the first game told. The original's premise, one genuine, stoic, and intense enough to be unofficially borrowed by the scariest game ever made, saw Olimar struggle by day and cogitate by night for his damn life. Stranded on an alien planet he had no time or hope to even begin taming. He was introspective, real, reflecting on the horrors of accidentally killing a single Pikmin. It was a potent fiction evolved by what felt like even stronger non-fictional prose. A man fighting tooth and nail to salvage the privilege that is life with his family.
So, you're still coming to work, right?
Uh-huh. Yep. That's the first thing we do after barely surviving an alien planet. Get the ship we just rebuilt sold to creditors. Get told by our employer to go back to the killer planet to harvest its coincidentally valuable materials to pay off company debt. To the people advocating for realism in their games, I hope you're happy. This sequel may have better function and style, but man, it really soured the substance. I like dark, mean-spirited jokes too. Telling them is almost my entire job on this show. But they're still jokes, and jokes live or die by timing and delivery. Dishing this out immediately and in such an obvious, we needed a sequel fashion. Jeez! We go from honey, I shrunk my odds of survival, to bitch, I grew my want for death. Fuck you, Louie! Goddamn blue-accented dumbasses killing all my fun. Yes, go on. Tell us how you really feel. It's customary for any of those with P, K, M, and N eating up most of their name to harvest interest via new family additions. Why? Cause it's Pikmin. Getting new Pikmin types is hype on par with new Pokemon. The literal most important central element is growing. Don't care about that? You're weird. I don't care about that. Exactly. Straight up doubling the selections in the produce aisle to ensure the weirdest army of all time just keeps getting weirder. Ooh, look at that. White, fat, and parasitic. We getting full representation. White, or ivory Pikmin to be more educated, are adept at running away, digging up pointless stupid crap, feed on toxicity, and have poor fighting skills and shit taste. Bullseye. Purple or violet Pikmin look funny and walk slowly in exchange for deadlifting cars having hydraulic presses for foreheads and with ass fat built like the meteor that killed the dinosaurs. So maybe don't say they look funny. They look funny. And Bulbmin, well, the eventual busted as hell glow Pikmin had to have been prototyped somewhere. And what a twist! We were the reverse paid playtesters all along. Yeah, things tend to die and become spooky ghosties when you abandon them in deep dark ditches. I mean, goddamn! Much like new Pokemon, these new Pikmin are so instrumental in making this new and exciting game really feel new and exciting, supercharging the fundamental appeal with higher standards of both passion and potential that never truly go away. Whites, purples, and what the Bulbmin eventually became are still monstrously valuable powerhouses in even Pikmin 4, despite barely changing. And that really says something. Oh yeah, P, K, M, and N. My favorite letters. Spelling out my favorite catchphrase. Please kill me now. Upon discovering both their home and corpses represent nothing but digits on a payroll spreadsheet, each whack-ass critter from valley to wild screamed this to the sky. And so arrived a generous wishing star to oblige. Ye old Thanos radish. The idea that Pikmin 2 is a hard game, or even the hardest of the series, isn't exactly authentic. The purples are barbarically overpowered, in the same way that an auto shotgun feels in a fist fight. Their carry strength is that of 10 Pikmin. They home in and stun even giant enemies when tossed. And most influential of all, their attack is 33% higher than Red's, whose attack is 50% higher than the other three. And keep this in mind, the attack stat affects both combat and tasks, meaning purples even break down walls and traps the fastest. You don't need anything else! Most cheat codes don't help you this much. I love every type of Pikmin, yes, even blues, so it frustrates me to see when one is distractingly unbalanced. Like how yellows were outclassed in the original. Purples are still fun to use though. Yeah, but it's a strategy game. What does it say when a game where you're supposed to think to succeed can be squashed and dominated a la Squidward's face by the exact same basic action? One word. Duh! Alright, that's fair. At least 4 toned down their attack to match Red's. Ochi cheese willing. Even before ever entertaining that theory turned reality of the Pikmin planet also being the human planet, I swooned over the idea of traversing under the ground in addition to over it. What can you say? Basement dwellers know their place. Yep, and yours is last. I mean, science agrees. There's just as much, if not more, to see within the earth as there is crawling on its skin. Enter caves, matching up the most charming real-time strategy game to the challenges of the dungeon crawlers subgenre was incredibly brave and turned out incredibly fun. Trading limited time for limited Pikmin, the Stewie Griffin Funko Pops we call captains are forced to throw shitty little T-Rex hands with Miyamoto's logistically hilarious take on nature, essentially Gauntlet for vegetarians. It's also in these places where you learn why Pikmin 2 is the hardest, second hardest, first-party game on the entire GameCube. A hard 3D Nintendo game? Refreshing. For a game so jazzed about shoving the quirky wonders of nature in between our brain cleavage, they sure failed to warn us of one so unsavory. Things that spend too much time inside caves, change. They go blind, their skin joins the clan, they get their asses kicked by Shauna McDonald. I mean, I'd take that last one, but it's generally not a great path to crawl down. Well, Pikmin 2 did, and as fun as caves generally are, it vastly eclipses the time spent on the overworld. Now, the caves don't have much of a problem looking interesting, but the surface always looks better, by proxy of Mother Nature being a fine-ass bitch. Oh, yeah, cause you spend so much time getting up close to stare at her. I'm respecting her boundaries. The challenge of these dungeons are fun. Most of the challenge of these dungeons are fun, but it's primarily combat down there. And there's overall not a great balance between fighting enemies underground and solving puzzles above ground. Let me put it in another way. 175 of the 201 total treasures are in caves. That's 85%. And getting the treasures is the point of the game. Nearly 9/10 of the content is in those damn caves. The greater dog from Undertale has a more sensible top to bottom ratio. Honestly, repurposing 60 or so of those treasures into surface locations would have gone a long way in balancing the gameplay loop. Thankfully, once again, Pikmin 4 improved upon this, so whatever, I guess. Nature isn't so much as beautiful for what it is, more so for what's in it. As someone who wants to feel the most interesting and creative parts of life every day of his own, it's not surprising that I'd gladly overpay for Pikmin 2's continued publishing of What the Fuck Fauna Fancy. Living things are so weird in this series, it's tough to look away. And the first sequel clicked for me the instant someone said walking strawberries. We now got elemental pack rats, spiders, jellyfish that become fireworks when they die, a mooing slug with Pringles sticks for teeth. What? An air-breathing half-car, half-goldfish hybrid that to spam loogies. How? A decapitated ant head glued to a balloon bunch puking napalm pebbles out its mouth. Why? This is fantasy. Dressing nature up in the wackest ass drip possible and confidently playing it straight knowing full well it'll fuck anything. And these damn names. Gatling Groink, Toady Bloister, Careening Dirigibbug? Is your inhaler a bong? This insane creature diversity keeps me playing so effortlessly. Fuck money, fuck surviving. I just want to play with Butter Toast Frog. Yes, everybody's cool with the idea of nature and are quick to call her pretty, including you. True, but reminder, bitch is a bitch. Likening how she commands her creatures as a personality? Yeah, maybe the basement dwellers are right to avoid her. Many a specimen within the Picklepedia are obnoxious bastards. Orange bulborbs that are impossible to sneak up on, dweevils snatching treasures out of your hand, fiery bulblaxes, the tanky I need red Pikmin enemy hanging around the I need blue Pikmin water puddles, them goddamn goldfish cars napalming me in my base, bull bears sleeplessly patrolling entire sublevels with its flock of babies, both of them rising from the dead, a new snitch bug that grabs captains, the careening dirigibugs spamming their dynamite pebbles in groups, and most malignant of all, withering blowhogs constantly pruning the flowers off my entire Pikmin garden. Literally only exists to annoy you. Good lord. Oh, he ain't good to us. Yeah, after all this crap from the wildlife, I really need you to drop a bomb like, oh, come on! For as maddening as the enemies get, the traps are doubly so. The late game caves flat out bully you with payloads of Kevin McAllister horseshit, instant kill rock slides, armories worth of bomb rocks, full health bull bears. I give up. I ain't thirsty for more. Oh, and these traps are not fixed. No. Spots where bomb rocks have already dropped can drop more when you come back. And often right when you get Pikmin working on something near it. Fucking jerks. You know what sucks? Product placement. Aw, come on, no sponsor? That would have been perfect. No offers for us? 4 from Schemu and 2 from Aged Shitto Lemons. Either Sweatshop or Shet Slop. I'm messed up, but I ain't that messed up. Blech. See? Sucks. But this game makes it pretty charming, with PNF 404 being a long bygone portrayal of the Earth we all know and learn to tolerate. Olimar and Louie coming across real, actual stuff from our everyday lives is both funny and the only product placement in history to ever add to the experience. From something as blunt as Duracell batteries and Skippy peanut butter, to more obscure like RC Cola bottle caps, Ragu jar lids, and Redwood deviled ham, to the masturbatory self-references of Rob the Robot, Famicom disc, and even a damn Hanafuda card deck, and that weird love tester Nintendo made in the 70s. Cutting that deep is murder, guys. All these treated as treasures with their own goofy in-universe names. It's oddly really fun to just bask in the capitalism. Of course, they had to basically get rid of all that in the Switch release cause licensing bullshit. But it was cool that they had some cheeky fun with all that billboard bread. Whereas the base form Jesus lived in a Nazareth mud hut, Orange Jesus settled his fickle ass down in a different kind of dirt home. The caves of Pikmin 2, or rather, the layout of objects, enemies, and events, are randomized. Not an inherently bad thing. Procedural / variable generation is often delightful in games about spelunking, but when you predate wireless patches, what's gonna fix a broken seed? The reset button? Point taken. But this is worth poking fun at. It's possible in some instances for certain treasures to be placed in an unreachable spot, like the top of a high pillar that requires yellows to get down, surrounded by water that only blues can walk in. It's hilariously rare, hence the lack of footage, but it has happened to me. And there's even a chance for a final boss sublevel to not spawn the boss. Look at that! It's so uncommon that it's functionally a glitch, but hey, it's funny. Obviously anything sounds good after listening to Red Snot Chili Pecker over here, but I promise you, the noises of Carrot World Domination are great to vibe to anytime. The franchise's second claims a rather special seat in the family choir, despite appearing exactly like all the others. Thanks to the massive attention given to caves and the dual captain system, this game called for a crap ton of atmospheric dynamism for its soundtrack, with compositions largely being more stealthy in addition to primary melodies having an entire second mix just for Louie's stupid ass. Pikmin 2's soundtrack almost feels procedurally generated, it's so versatile. It fascinates me every playthrough. Traditional bangers didn't go nowhere either. Awakening Wood's contagious pep, perplexing pools, dizzying mysticism, the map screen's wide-eyed calm, and my favorite being the nerve-lacerating sting of the Titan Dweevil battle. Composer really came into work saying giant spider wielding weapons of mass destruction? Ooh, sounds fun. Could you pass the pentagram? Playing Pikmin 2 is like plucking and eating a wild carrot. Fun, satisfying, and despite having a little dirt on it you'd prefer to wash off, it's still a good carrot. Some say the best veggies are the ones you pick yourself. And, well, arguing with the guys who make our damn food isn't exactly smart. In so many ways, especially in historical perspective, the first revisit to the distant planet is the strongest phase of the series. It's where modern Pikmin's ridiculously high technical quality and ambitious entertainment ethic locked in. Just like Melee with Smash Bros. It established so many substantial, evergreen customs and improvements. Everything after just became it, but better. But just like Melee, Pikmin 2 has a worse matchup against scrutiny than most fans would expect or accept. Its ham-fisted story is borderline out of character for the IP. The bias towards purple Pikmin and caves is a little much, and it having the humor and temperament of Donald Duck, always playing pranks and starting shit, is flavorful. A flavor you really need to be craving to enjoy. But man, it's still frickin' great. Hell, 4, by far the best in the series, wouldn't be so goddamn amazing if it didn't have 2 to study and build upon. I bow, not because I have to, but because I want to. Thanks for trying and almost completely succeeding so hard, you spicy screwball. Let's see how Gamer Bros H and D feel.
Hey there, this is Daniel.
And Brandon.
And we're from the channel Gamer Bros HD. We've made a handful of reaction videos to Fawful's content before, so it's a dream come true to actually be in a Fawful video.
So we grew up on Pikmin 2 and the series as a whole, and it made us who we are today. Frankly, without knowing the Pikmin series that we came to love in our childhood, I personally don't think we would be here today.
While my take on which is the best Pikmin game is about as hot as that 8th grade teacher you had a crush on, I gotta come clean. 2 is still the best one. 4 is great and all. I mean, sure, with all its innovations and whatnot, but I like this one most. Pikmin 2 has gotten so much slander for so many reasons over the years. However, I feel that what 2 did made it the staple of how I see the Pikmin series as a whole.
Our fondness for this game is so deep and unwavering. Nostalgia is starting to sound like Stockholm Syndrome in a way.
Yes, the time limits are non-existent in caves and don't make sense, but I think an easy fix personally is to just do what the challenge mode did and have a big time limit depending on when you go in and what the sub-levels are or what the cave is, but I digress. Even if you removed the ROM hacking community from the scene, 2's gameplay, controls, and its overall vibe on its own are just so comfortable, for a lack of a better word, of course.
You can go on about the difficulty in the cave system and the lack of time limits, but in reality, it wouldn't be the same.
We'll always be thankful for the journey he gave us, and I think that matters most with Pikmin, and with this one, it's just not gonna stop.
Fawful, it's been a great honor to be featured in your video, and anyone watching this video, go subscribe to Fawful's Minion right here on YouTube and support his Patreon. He makes great content and every video he posts will not disappoint. Never change, Fawful. Never change.
Thanks again for having us. It's such an honor.
This has been Blessed or Messed, and I trust you, the best of the best, to know the rest. And now, give it up for the high-tier patrons. The Lost Soul 190, Sonic Gaming Kirby Fan 2005 V4, Pokemaster 2255, Gamer Bros HD, Alfredo Jones, Anthony M. the Gamer Artist, Azazel the Undying, Bombersby, Bosnian Dave, Brandon McDaniel, Brandon Nance, Buzzsaw the Righteous, Chibi Emiko, Cortamanch 437, Cyan Drago 456, Daniel Nance, Dark Lord Bloody Soul, Demo Webster 22, Diamond Ice, Eddie Toxpin, Egbert Milton, Emerald-192, Emily Infinite, Fiery Yoshi 1337, Firefly 58, Fog Weaver, Halle Vetica, Hero for Life, Hydra the Hydra, Jake the Snake Ironstorm, Jobot 011, Jordan McCon, Kennethon, Kirby 484, Kyle Wee 21, Lady Archimedes, Local Forest Cryptid, Love, Luke Ariotrix, Masao, Mono Herobrine, Morgan Arvite, Night Shadow Lucario, Panther J, Patrick Sandlin, Peter Shepard, Pitterpalm CB, Pokemon Fan 613, Rave Lord, Ren, Renaku, Lord of Shadow, Roberto del Fuego, Shade, Shining Silvally 777, Shugo, Sobata 92, Soundwave Fan, Steel Joe 1120, Stefan Galler, The Gag Reflex, The Pumpkin Usurper, TJ Stanley, Tubazo 1989, Vicmeister 1999, Zay Zandler, Mitchell Roberts, Muntry, Nova Strife, Philip Cross, Crunchy Boy, Luigi the Waddle Dee, Plush Cat Eileen. May we meet again!